My name is Mary Cheney. I am the owner and managing attorney of the law offices of Mary and Cheney, PLLC, better known as the Cybersecurity Law Firm of Texas, and welcome to the Breach Whisperer blog. In this blog, we will be talking about privacy and cybersecurity issues worldwide. For those of you that are familiar with my written blog, this is an extension of that or replacement for it, depending on my time and my ability to record or write blog posts. So, I mean, if you guys are interested in my previous works, if you can click on the link below, and it'll take you to my law firm website where the blog posts are there. Don't forget, speaking of links, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. So I know you guys are asking me why in the world or would we want to watch anything about cybersecurity and privacy. I mean, it can be highly technical, it can be full of acronyms, it could be legalese, it can be technical terms. And, because I feel like cybersecurity and privacy are not going away. And, I want to be able to share the knowledge that I have. I mean, in this video blog, we will be trying to educate the masses on cybersecurity and privacy. So, and things that you come across on a daily basis that you may not even think about that may affect you going forward. So, we will do this through articles, excerpts of speaking events that I may do, just basically any random things that I come across and find that I'm hitting record on certain things. I think that it's very important. I have a unique perspective. I think, based on my background, I could look at things from the cybersecurity perspective, the privacy perspective, it could be the hacker or the criminal perspective, the law enforcement or investigator perspective. It's so many different things that, are happening in cybersecurity and privacy that you guys may not think about. And being an owner of my own law practice, the things that come across my desk are amazing. So be warned, I may switch hats mid-sentence. And, hopefully it's just to get you guys to think about things and in a different way. And please feel free to send me anything that you may find that you think I may find interesting. It may just make the blog. You never know. Caveat here, I'm a public speaker. I don't believe in too many edits. If I mess up, I mess up. So let's get started on your privacy and cybersecurity journey. Does your organization have written cybersecurity policies and procedures? If not, you may want to take a look at the Cybersecurity Law Firm of Texas Policy Starter Pack. May have some things out there that may interest you in your organization. One of the most interesting things that I found out when transitioning from the government to private industry is that a lot of organizations just don't write down what their policies and procedures are. And then when there's some type of incident, they have a hard time proving that they were being reasonable in their approach. So please take a look at our starter pack. And if there's anything we can help you with, let us know. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the blog today. So today, I want to talk about something that could possibly affect the cyber world. So a lot of times you have this, or it's starting to blur, but essentially you have physical, actual, what you see or what you're acting in every day, and then cyber warfare, which can be, anonymized, right? So you have this Iran situation. So long story short, of course, we killed their general. They bomb some bases and mistakenly blow up an airliner. And what you're hearing right now is that potential situation or the potential escalation is over. And I beg to differ, because Iran is a player in the cyberspace, in the cyber world. And so being able to effectively respond to someone from, like, the United States from a physical perspective with weaponry is different than actually being able to go and use cyber weapons to cause disruption in businesses, right? So you have Iran as a player in disrupting the banking sector, as well as proven adept at attacking industrial control systems. Industrial control systems being those systems that are, think water, power, transportation, manufacturing, those types of things, those systems that are being used in disrupting those systems and being able to cause some damage, but not necessarily rising to a level that is an act of war. I really think if a destruction or a blowing up or a melting down of a physical, system here in the United States, whether it be a nuclear power plant, whether it be, a dam, water, whatever, um, destroying it could potentially be an act of war. And it goes into the physical world when it is deemed an act of war. Disrupting it, though, that's just, nagging, right? It's just, it's not designed, or it's hard. You can attribute it to Iran, but it'll be very difficult to say this rises to the level of military action, right? So, they could, a denial of service attack on any particular bank is something that they've been dealing with for years. And so, um, just disrupting that is not something that we will declare physical war about, right? So, the war as meaning human beings, and like bombs and physical warfare is different now than it ever has been before, because I can be an Iranian sitting in Iran and cause so much damage to the United States, or I can, destroy a system or get into some other system, somebody else's system, and just really wreak havoc. And although the United States could potentially track that back to Iran, the thought that they would be able to arrest that person is slim and none. And the thought that that would be a act of war, there would have to be concerted efforts, targeted spots, and and be able to track all of that back to a particular region to be able to justify any type of activity from a physical perspective. So in any event, your cyber defenders out there that are in those industries, that are in banking, that are running industrial control systems, they need to understand that they are now being targeted, right? Or they may be targeted. There was a warning issued by the government to the businesses in those sectors to be on the lookout for any type of activity that may be weird. So this is a good time. I think that the defenders in that space, good time to get engaged with information sharing groups in your organizations. In your industry. It's a great time to do what I used to make my team do sometimes, and they really didn't like me for it, but they had to do it anyway. Was just run through the incident response plan, right? And not just run through a scenario that includes Iran being attacking your organization and what you would do, and be specific about it. I mean, I think that testing those incident response plans, that sometimes that's a tabletop exercise. A lot of times I didn't plan it, because incidents aren't planned, right? I would just say, okay, so run through this and tell me what happens. And that'll give you an idea of what you can do, what you have available to you, who you would contact, and shore up and make sure your incident response strategy fits, this particular scenario, especially if you are on that targeted list. Good, like I said, good time to get engaged, good time to maintain awareness of what's going on out there in the world that may actually affect you in the cyber world. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Hopefully you got something out of it. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey, so let's see, random thought for today. What's amazing to me is all of these privacy oriented consumer products that are coming out now. So essentially, we have all these privacy laws that are coming out. Consumers are now becoming more aware of the things that are being collected about them, and their usage, and what app owners get, what search engines get when you're actually using them. You have all these apps on your phone, all the information that's being collected and stored, and you're being targeted, and all of that is out there, right? And the deeper you look into it, the more you're like, oh no, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. They're watching me at all times. And you can see how people can become a bit skeptical and paranoid about what actually is being collected about them. So first, the Verizon has this, are launching this search engine called OneSearch, and basically they're marketing it as it won't store what you search. It won't create profiles of you, of your usage, and it won't share your data, right? And then there is some capability of where, it basically resetting itself to zero and wiping all of this information out. Similar for those that use DuckDuckGo to perform their searches. It's a privacy oriented search engine. So it's, I think that as the laws continue, well, you know what, I want to say one. I think as people become more aware of what's been going on for years, then it becomes this outrage that I don't think consumers really knew just how much they were being targeted or how much information that was being shared with these entities or through these entities or using this type of technology. So as the awareness of the public awareness goes up, it now, now you have these technologies that are being brought to market that are basically designed to reduce that level of fear and try to get trained, retain or attain or get back some control that you have over the information that's out there about you. So it's interesting. Like I said, I think that privacy, and I will continue to say that privacy is still going to drive a lot of activity in the cybersecurity and privacy spaces in the upcoming months and years. So hopefully, if you want to stay anonymous, you have DuckDuckGo, you have Verizon OneSearch. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, have a great day.